everybody, to the
I'm Fat podcast.
Snacks are best saved for later.
With Jay Zawaski.
That man ate all our shrimp and 2 plastic lobsters.
And Rick Camp.
Out the mist came a beast more stomach than man.
Welcome into another edition of the I'm Fat podcast, brought to you by our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, Frato's Culinary Kitchen, and I Love Fries. I am Rick Camp alongside fellow Fat Jay Zawaski. Jay, I don't know if it's because of like the Bears job search and whatever, but these last 2 weeks feel like they've been a bleeping month apiece.
Yeah, there's things I'm talking about on today's podcast that I can't believe were only a week ago.
Yes.
Like, what?
It's insane.
That was this week, and we had Monday off work, or I had Monday off work. You comped it, and then I worked from home Friday, and it still feels like the longest week ever.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, because it's not like it's been overly cold or overly snowy or anything like that. I think we're finally hitting that early calendar year, just like gloominess.
Yes.
But that's what food is for.
Right.
Is to, make up for such things.
We have food
like,
to warm us up.
Unhappiness.
Exactly. Yeah. And video games. Thank God for video games.
Seriously.
Getting me through life, honest to God. All right, thanks for joining us. Follow us on all of our social medias at I'm Fat Pod. That includes Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Our email is imfatpod@gmail.com. We've got our Patreon page, patreon.com/imfatpod. We got our TeePublic shop, so go check out some of our merch. Everything I'm Fat Pod you can find in the link in our social media bios. That's the best way to do it. And Rick, we got to start today's episode with some sad news. 2 icons in the fat community passed away on Friday. Loaf, the singer, and Louie Anderson, who, to me, I think Louie was a really underappreciated stand-up comedian. The show Life with Louie, the animated show.
Yes, I loved that.
It was fantastic. And for any fat kid, Life with Louie was the show for us. Mm-hmm. And that, to me, I've always liked Louie Anderson. Just seems like a super nice guy. And I really do enjoy all the stuff. It's pretty wholesome for the most part. He doesn't get real down in the like. He's not real blue. Kind of a PG comedian. Like Jim Gaffigan is sort of the same ilk. Gaffigan maybe PG-13, but
sure.
That one hurt me. That was a tough one, and I knew he'd been really sick. He has blood cancer. Oh. It sounds like a metal band. Like that's not even not even like a real thing, is it? That's horrible.
Yes.
That
we are blood cancer.
Of all the words you can combine.
Yeah, those are a couple rough ones.
That's awful. So rest in peace, Louie Anderson and Loaf, who I know towards the end kind of went off the deep end a little bit, but
Just
their misinformation is killing people. And I saw somebody say like, there's going to be a portion of people that are happy he died of COVID. No one's happy he died. It's just a shame that it was preventable, and he could have just helped himself, but whatever. Look, I think he hurt his career by calling himself Meatloaf, because he's an incredible singer. Yeah. Like, could belt out a song like Paradise by the Dashboard Light and the whole Bat Out of Hell album. It is it's like a tour de force. And sometimes you talk about album art that captures an album. Bat Out of Hell is one of those.
Yes, it is.
And he was a terrific actor too. He was in Fight Club. He was obviously in Rocky Horror Picture Show. A supreme talent, a great singer. Another guy, another icon of the fats is gone.
Mm-hmm. Did you hear the end of Parkins's show on Friday?
No.
So Chris Tannehill, our guy, comes back, does the great producer thing, comes back with a meatloaf bed, Fight Club scene. His name is Robert Paulson, blah, blah, blah. Parkins comes out. R.I.P. Louie Anderson.
Oh.
Tanny puts it on a tee for him, and he comes out and says R.I.P. Louie Anderson. I was driving to my appearance and I lost it. It was so good.
Tell me you only sports without telling me you only sports. Oh my God. That's so bad. Rest in peace, Louie. It's a shame he's gone. I really enjoyed his work. He's dead now. Oh my God. Fargo.
Really enjoyed the show Life with Meatloaf.
That I would watch. It sounds like a cooking show, though.
It really does.
Oh my God. I got to go back and listen.
That made my day. They all immediately lost it.
Oh,
It
appropriately
was
so.
fantastic.
It's
Yep.
so funny when he's without Spiegel to guide him through non-sports stuff that you know you're good for one of those a show.
Yes. it was just peak. It was so fantastic. So
Yeah.
I appreciate Parkins for messing that up and making my day.
Yeah, that's great. So yeah, maybe I'll crank some meatloaf today while I'm what? While I have the house to myself for a few hours. That did not help. That did not make it better.
No, it did not make it better.
Well, who knows? Who knows what adventures await?
Right. Yeah. Episode caption: Jay Zawaski cranks meatloaf.
Cranks meatloaf while home alone. Well, maybe. You never know. It could be three things. You know?
That's true.
It could be actually making meatloaf. I could be
Right.
listening to meatloaf, or I could be cranking the meatloaf. Anyway, you mentioned your appearance. Where did you go yesterday?
So I did a Bud Light Bulls watch party at Old Republic Kitchen and Bar in Elgin. Was it 155 South Randall Road? So like on the road that is the western edge of civilization.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And so it's like right around where Randall Road and 20 meet.
Okay.
So it was awesome.
Great.
That place, like tons of TVs, great atmosphere in there. The staff was fantastic. Plenty of people there. And the only negative of it, and I got to play through the scenario because it was probably just me being too much in my head.
No.
Where they had, yeah, right, me.
Couldn't see that.
Where they had me set up was right where the entrance to the kitchen is. So I have like my table, my little speaker and all the score swag and whatever. And I see all the food coming out of the kitchen. And like their menu's pretty diverse. I mean, they have like burger stuff, you can get wings, you can get nice pasta, steaks. Like they got it's a really like diverse menu. So if there's something you want, you can likely find it there. And obviously good beer and liquor selection as well. So the appearance gets done. I break everything down. Bulls game is in the second half. I'm going to stay. So I go by the like Bud Light people and we're just kind of hanging out and whatever. And I'm like, I haven't eaten yet. I saw lots of things I like, but I know everybody else ate.
Oh, yeah.
So do I want to be the one that's like, I know you guys already ate, but I got to eat now, and just like be the only one eating?
It's awkward.
It's a little awkward. So I'll be honest. I didn't eat and I got fast food on the way home.
Okay. Well, I see where you're coming from though, because
and that's nothing against the food from there, because I'm going, even though like it's like for me, it's like a half-hour drive or so. I will be going back because that place is awesome.
all right. Well, I've been there though, because there's a weird awkwardness of like, you're on the clock, you are working technically. It's an appearance that you are supposed to be attentive to the people there, talking to people. Sure. You don't want to be
like during the time where like I'm supposed to be doing, like talking to people and trying to get them to sign up for an opportunity to win Bulls tickets and like, giving out stuff. Like I'm definitely not even thinking about eating at that point. But it was like once it was done and I kind of stayed afterwards, like that was where I was like, do I eat? Do I not eat? I'd be the only one in this group that's eating. Little awkward, so I didn't.
Yeah, then you also have the awkward, like, am I paying for this, or is it comped, or is the company gonna pick? Like,
yeah, I didn't even think about that part of it. Like,
yeah, it does get off. I've had the same situation as you, where one of the Hawks events wrapped up, And I'm like, all right, well, I'm starving, so I'm going to order something. And then I'm sitting at a table by myself and people are standing around me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
Well, you're you, though. See, I got to be pretty much left alone outside of, the people from Bud Light that I was talking to.
oh yeah, nothing
before.
like me and John Scott in front of 6 people downtown on a weeknight. Those are always the worst. Like any event in the city, people
Yeah.
just don't come. They don't care.
Don't care.
You got to go to the burbs. I went to boy, where was this? Some pizza place in like Johnsburg. And
I think we used to do remotes there.
it was like a giant pizza place, right?
Yes.
Whatever
Yeah.
it's called.
Oh,
I was there
God,
with
what was that
Andrew.
place?
I was there with Andrew Ladd, and when
Okay.
he walked in, it was like the freaking Beatles walked in. The place went up for grabs. I interviewed him for literally 3 minutes because I'm like, well, if all these people want to get your autograph, we should wrap this up and do it because no one cared what I was saying. No one cares about the Q&A, so it's just like, yeah, okay, here, just all right. Well, good luck. Let's start the line. But, and the city is brutal. But yeah, there were many nights, Rick, where there was freaking nobody there to see me. The first one I ever did was with Adam Burrish, and this was before the Hawks really got good.
Okay.
Or they were good, but people hadn't noticed yet.
Okay.
And we went to Cubby Bear at Wrigley, and they had us like on the stage. They had this whole thing, and there were 4 people there. So we literally just took a table and sat down and just we just talked to the people who were there. Just had a conversation with, instead of doing like an event over, we gave people like a more hands-on thing. Anyway, no one cares about that. But it's just, those events are wildly unpredictable. And especially when you got to talk to a player, you'll get some of those, I'm sure.
Maybe.
It's because, there might be 200 people there. There might be 3.
Yeah.
So you got to prepare for 2 hours of Q&A questions. Good luck with that with an athlete.
Well, either way, if you're in the Western Burbs, like especially a little bit in Northwestern Burbs, head over to Old Republic Kitchen and Bar because I'm telling you, like getting to look at the food coming out of that kitchen all night, there's no way the food is bad. Like no chance in hell. I also saw how people were eating their food. No way the food was bad because it was disappearing quickly. And this didn't matter who it was, if it was a kid or an adult or a normie or a fat, whatever. So go there, get your drink on, eat a little bit. And no, I'm not getting paid for this part of this. This is just me saying I'm going to be going back at some point. So you should.
All right, I'll check it out. If I'm ever on the edge of civilization, I'll go.
Yeah.
By the way,
civilization.
Not to be confused with Old Republican Kitchen and Bar. That's a different place.
Totally different place. Lot less flavor.
They only serve Coors Light. That's it. That's all you get. Sorry. All right, so I had a really good food experience. And I've been to this place before, and I don't know if I've mentioned it, but if I have, it was forever ago. Hope and I had our first Broadway in Chicago night. I got our season tickets for Christmas, so we went to see Oklahoma. Nice. But before that, we went to Jake Melnick's, which is on Superior. Like it's, like Superior, just east of State.
Oh, okay.
So you can't miss it. Great wings, great atmosphere. So, Hope and I are still. It was pretty much like Omicron was still surging last week. It's dropping now, but last week it was still kind of peaking. So we're like, we saw some empty spots, so we went in. But they checked our cards, they checked our IDs, so they did everything. So anyway, I ordered what they called poncho wings, which is like they're grilled wings, which usually would be a no-no for me because you got to fry it. But it was like garlic, cayenne, this combination of pepper and spice and garlic. They're fantastic. I think it's their flagship wing that they make there. But if you're ever in the city looking for some great wings, Jake Melnick's is terrific. It's on Superior. We also got, for an appetizer, buffalo chicken dip. And they served it in this mini, like cast iron, almost like the cookie pan I showed a couple weeks ago, but a little deeper than that. But really nice shredded chicken with tortilla chips. It was awesome. I love that place. Good staff is super friendly. The food is great. They've got a huge menu, burgers, steaks, seafood, kind of what you mentioned. I would say like upscale bar food, but you can walk in a hoodie and jeans and no one will bat an eye. Nice. But if you go and you don't have a date that night, get those Poncho's wings because they stay with you for a while because of the garlic, and I was wearing my mask throughout the whole show. Like, why did I do that? But it was worth it because it's awesome. So Jake Melnick's Melnicks on Superior. I don't think people that know the city well are like, yeah, Jay, everyone knows Jake Melnick's, but a lot of our listeners are not from the city. So good place and easy street parking. And also right there is Holy Name Cathedral. It's like Holy Name is Superior and State. And I actually know Jake Melnick's because I used to go to therapy at 1 East Superior, like right across from Holy Name, and then Melnick's is a block east. So I'd always go there before I went to therapy, have a couple beers, loosen myself up.
Before therapy.
I told her that once.
She's
like,
for after.
Yeah, I told her, I go, yeah, I had a couple beers before I came in. She's like, you shouldn't tell me that. I'm like, oh, I won't do that anymore then. I didn't know that was frowned upon.
Right. You won't tell her. You're not going to stop having the beers.
I promise I won't mention it again.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I saw this on the fan page, and it just warmed my heart, even though it involves something that is not my favorite. I'll just read the headline here. This is from the Daily Mail, UK. Woman who wanted to get her money's worth at $50 all-you-can-eat sushi buffet ends up in hospital after consuming 32 rolls, edamame beans, jalapeno poppers, and miso soup.
Where the jalapeno poppers come in?
I don't know.
That's like when you go to a Mexican restaurant and have fries. Anyway.
Yes, exactly.
That is a crap ton of food.
Yes, 32 rolls, edamame beans, jalapeno poppers, and miso soup. So this is Danielle Shapiro, who is 24, and apparently she was diagnosed with gastroesophageal reflux disease.
Yes.
You think?
That'll do it.
Yes.
Oh, my Lord.
The old acid reflux. However, I mean... And there are pictures throughout this article of just how much she ate. And the fact that she documented the whole thing is she had to have known this was a possibility.
I think people look at have you had sushi?
I once.
Okay.
And I wasn't a big fan, so I don't have a great sample.
You got to get good sushi. It's different. I've only had good sushi once, and it was amazing. And ever since then I've been like, this is not good compared to what I had before. But they're small, so you feel like you should be able to just down an entire boat. Like people get the schooner on their ship or on their table, and you're like, I could do that. But for whatever reason, it's incredibly filling. 32, that on its own is impressive.
Is impressive, yeah.
And dangerous. Because also, are you not supposed to consume that much fish because of the mercury or whatever?
I think that's the case. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't consume that much fish regardless, so I haven't had to worry about that.
Is she okay?
Yes, and here's a quote. I will definitely eat sushi again. The experience has not ruined sushi for me, or the all-you-can-eat sushi experience. I did learn that next time I need to listen to my body and take things slower.
Now, this picture you sent me, she looks like a normie.
Which is the crazy part. She totally looks like a normie.
Yeah, I can imagine.
RE2 pecked for that. That is
I have two close female friends that are normies, but they are, they like to eat. And anytime they're full, my friend would lift her shirt up and be like, food baby. And show me, you could see the food in her stomach. See with me, you don't see that. I'm hiding that from people. But she'd be she would lift it up to right under her boob. And so her whole stomach would be bare, and she'd be like, food baby. This is why we're friends.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh
that is impressive.
Yeah. She's also my friend who's I don't know. I've been having trouble. We have this kind of relationship. I've been having trouble going to the bathroom lately. I'm like, oh, all right. We've all been there. What have you been eating? She's like, well, a lot of gummy bears, jerky, peanuts. What the hell?
Okay.
Have a leaf.
So you turned into a 7-year-old. Got it.
Well, I don't know if turned into is right, but
okay.
She's one of my favorite people in the world. And she can laugh at herself as much as anyone. But yeah, the food baby and I don't know why I can't go to the bathroom. I've had a steady diet of jerky, gummy bears, nuts, and gum. with a G. Yeah, it's it's a lot.
Oh, the thought went through my head, but I was gonna let it go.
I know. I know. I was gonna do a read here, but I'm gonna give it some space.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, I think.
All right. So Sunday morning, last
Yes.
Sunday, we had Hope's family Christmas with my sister, brother-in-law, and my parents-in-law. Is that what you say? I don't know. And we are
in-laws.
In-laws, thank you. So it was a brunch. So we were in charge of bringing bacon. So
Okay.
cooked up a batch of the ranch bacon from Charlie and the barbecue bacon. I made 2 pounds of each of that. And then I had like a half-pound sampler of the raspberry chipotle, but I was short on time. So what I usually do with bacon, and it works out perfect, is I put it in on a baking sheet. I set it to 325 or 350, whatever it is, 325, 350, and I let it preheat while the bacon's in there. And then I just check on it until it looks like it's to where I want it to be. I was running out of time, so I had to cook the raspberry chipotle on the cast iron. So, like a responsible person, like, this is not what I usually do. So I look it up, and it's like, 10 minutes on each side should do it. And of course, me being the literal cooker, like, you give me a recipe, I'm going to follow it exactly how you give it. I will not stray.
Yeah.
I just can't.
Yeah, you've got a baker philosophy.
Yes, I do. So I put the raspberry chipotle bacon on the thing, and I'm like, okay, set a timer. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, all right, it looks good. So timer goes off. I flip it. It is black on the side that was down. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can salvage this. Because the other side didn't. I could tell it was cooking. But Charlie's bacon is thick, so I couldn't tell.
Sure.
So I flip it, and it is like cartoonishly black. So
you wasted.
I wasted it.
Charlie's bacon?
Well, I didn't waste it because I know the rule of burning bacon is you have to eat it anyway. So I ate the charred bacon, and I could still make out a little bit of the flavor. I'm like, oh, I think I just got a little hint of raspberry. It was really good, but the ranch and the barbecue bacon, no one in my extended family had it yet, and they were all raving about it. They loved it, and all day people were just going back and taking a piece. And then we brought some normie bacon just in case we ran out, and put that in the air fryer. Okay. I know you have an air fryer. Have you had success with bacon in there?
I haven't really tried bacon in there, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
because mine's like the shape of mine makes it a little difficult for bacon.
Do you have like the egg?
It's more of like an egg.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like an egg, and it's like the half. It's a little weird.
Okay, so we did it, and it worked. Like, it did the job, but it was real dry, real crispy, but it was really dry. It dried it all out. So I don't know if I would do that. We did it in a pinch. Had to get a little more made quickly because Charlie's stuff went so fast. But yeah, I felt so bad. I texted him like, well, I was about to try the raspberry chipotle, but I burnt it.
Yeah. You blew it.
I really did. It sucks. I'm stupid. I'm the worst.
Well, there's only so much we can get by, and then our stupid nature comes to the forefront.
Do you know what's not stupid and not the worst? Mazda of Orland Park. Yeah.
Checks out.
Call Eric Vates, 708-444-3200, Mazda of OrlandPark.com. They're at 8910 West 159th Street. Where? Orland Park. That's why it's called Mazda of Orland Park. You know what they sell
also
there?
Checks out.
Mazdas.
Also checks out.
See how that works? Go check them out. I love my Mazda CX-5. I've had it forever. It's got 149,000 miles on it right now and still runs like the day I bought it. Terrific. Love it. Fantastic. Every car I own from here on out will be a Mazda, and it will be from Mazda of Orland Park. Call Eric Vates, 708-444-3200. He'll get you squared away. Just a great overall experience at Mazda of Orland Park. So go check them out. Even if you're not quite ready to buy yet, test drive some things, take a look around, see what they have to offer, and they will not pester you. They will not be all over you. But when you need help, they'll be right there for you. So check them out, MazdaofOrlandPark.com.
Just something else along with the car buying process of, even if you just go to a website, like a different website once, you get emails, you get calls.
Yeah.
all the time. I'm still getting them. And I just have to be like, not interested anymore. Please stop. Like those types of things. So having a place like Mazda of Orland Park that doesn't do that is wonderful.
They will
and you don't realize how much you need that until you're experiencing the opposite.
Well, they'll be now and again. I'll get an email from them saying, "Hey, dumbass, you haven't gotten your oil change in 8 months." I'm like, oh yeah, I should do
That's
that.
good.
And it's like, click here to make a reservation. Stupid.
Yes.
I don't know if that's just the one they send me, but it says that on the button. Click here to make a reservation, comma, stupid. And it's got my picture on it. I don't know what the deal is.
Wow.
I told you the customer service is outstanding. It's really a personal touch on everything they do.
Yeah.
All right. You mentioned the cold, and we all found a new hero this week.
Yes, we did.
I think you saw it. Carter. I don't know how to say the kid's name. You're Italian. You say it.
Carter. I don't even have it in front of me.
Trozzolo. Well, let's go with Trozzolo. It's something like that.
Okay.
So this kid had a snow day in Canada, where the Canadians live, and the news caught up with him. And they asked Carter, why are you out here shoveling so much, and who are you helping?
For my neighbors, friends, probably people I even don't know.
There's never been a more exhausted kid. And the graphic said...
Or honest.
Honest, too. The graphic said, Carter Trozzolo, exhausted.
Checks out.
My favorite part of it.
Oh, dude. Every day. I feel that every day. Shoveling snow or not.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tiring.
God, that's so good.
So then he becomes a viral sensation. So now everybody's talking to him. And then, he had some more comments on the whole situation.
Well, it was making my back hurt, first of all.
That's the noise Rick makes every time I tell him an edgy or probably over the line joke.
Well, it was making my back hurt, first of all.
My back doesn't hurt from that,
No,
though.
but does someone say something? I don't know. I'm on the news and I don't really know what to say.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Yes. That is me at 5:05 every morning because my alarm went off 5 minutes ago. I have to move, and I'm laying down, like, contemplating life.
Yeah.
I just do. I'm
Tiring.
Just exhausted.
He's just so dramatic about it.
Yes.
It's awesome.
That's either me getting up in the morning or after a pre-show meeting with Bernstein.
Oh, well, that's every...
Just, yep.
It's just, he's...
Facts.
You got... The video is great. Like,
Yeah.
it is a ton of snow. And
It's
Like I said,
he's not shortchanging people with being exhausted from that. That is a lot of snow.
it's, like I said, it's in Canada, and he's got this little dinky, like, kid shovel.
Yes.
And the snow is, like, probably up to his shoulders on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
His mom's probably like, get out of the freaking house. Go shovel some driveways or whatever. But he is just selling it.
Tiring.
It's almost got a Napoleon Dynamite feel to it.
Tina, come get some ham.
Yep.
Oh, my God. Yeah, no one has ever worked as hard as Carter.
Never.
Ever.
And source, Carter.
Carter, exactly.
Well, it was making my back hurt, first of all.
I love it. I love
It's
the
so
kid.
great.
It's so good. Go find the video. I'll see if Micah can put it in the YouTube feed here. If you've not followed us on YouTube, by the way, I forgot to mention that up front. YouTube,
that.
youtube.com/I'mFatPodcast. Subscribe for us. We get some more cool opportunities when you do that. We need 1,000. We're about right around 500. So jump on there and subscribe when you can. We'd appreciate that.
So quick thing that just kind of came up this morning. So we've talked about this before. I think it was last year when I got this the first time. I don't know if it's just been the way I've been sleeping or whatever, but like I'm to the point where when I turn my head like this far, I feel it like in my back.
Oh,
it's about time to do the massage thing again, which I had my like first massage ever, like around Christmas time last, like 2020, and it's just like it was totally professional the first time I got it done, no issues. But it's still you're self-conscious.
yes.
You feel bad that someone has to touch you. Like, it's just like that thing where I'm like, I need to get this done and I'll feel really good afterwards. Like I'll feel much better after it's like a professional massage. But just like, especially for us working in computers all day, like all the like kind of between the shoulder blade stuff. But it's just, that bit of anxiety is just enough to like deter it for a little while.
Yeah, I've never seen you shirtless. I don't suspect I ever will. Are you
you almost did today, honestly, because I was so out of it after I got out of the shower that I was like, okay, set up the camera, get my board plugged in. I was opening the email to the Zoom and I did one of these. I like kind of scratched my shoulder and I was like,
I'm not wearing
there's no shirt there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
so it almost happened.
Are you like a Brillo or are you somewhat normal in the hair level?
I would say slightly above average. Like I always say I don't look Italian until I take my shirt off.
Okay. That's fair.
Definitely got an angel wing situation on the back.
Yeah,
and,
sure.
I try to keep it respectable around like a shirt line. But after that it can get here. I'll give
Oh, here we go.
Everybody.
Wow. Oh,
it's kind of hard to tell with the.
It's wispy.
There's a different color change.
You're not Mitch. That's
no.
Mitch. You could put in a chimney and just like. Mitch is a Brillo pad man.
Yes, he is.
I've seen it more than I want to, which is more than once.
Yes.
Anyway, I think that you're okay because you are not the biggest or grossest person that these people have massaged.
Go Bear!
No, but really, like,
no, I know.
I think about that. I think I talked about when I had my stress test a while back. My uncle had a heart issue, and it freaked me out. So I'm like, I'm getting my heart tested. They're like, oh, sure, go nuts. Have fun paying for that. Really dumb on my part because I got to pay for it. But I'm like, oh, I'm on a treadmill, and I got these things on me, and like these girls got to watch me run on a treadmill. Like, they don't want that, but I'm sure they've seen worse.
It's mesmerizing.
It is.
Like a lava lamp.
It is like a lava lamp. But yeah, so let me ask you this, by the way.
Yeah.
Would you get a massage from someone you know, but not know well?
Probably not.
Okay. Micah, our video editor, our video producer, got a massage from a masseuse in town. She owns her own business. She's great. She's renowned. She's wonderful. But like, we kind of know her.
Okay.
Like, we see her around. We talk. Like, we're friendly, but not like, let's go have dinner, friends.
Sure.
I would have a lot of trouble with that.
So. I think so. And that is no statement on anybody's like professional.
No. It's about me. It's not about anybody else.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. It's just about them knowing what you look like without a shirt or like just, like when you're down to your skivvies and just like, no one should have to see that unless they actually truly choose to.
I just think also the entire experience is sort of an awkward thing. Mm-hmm. Right. I don't know. I would have, and I've heard she's wonderful at it. I'm sure she's great, and I have thought about it because I carry all my stress in my shoulders.
Yeah. Oh, same here. Ever since college, I think it's even mildly evident that like this shoulder, so my left, is a little bit higher in the way I naturally like rest than my right, and that's partially because when I was and this sounds stupid, when I was in marching band in college. The sousaphone sat on that shoulder. So partially it was to get the bell angle correct, and partially, hey, it's 55 pounds. It's just like chilling on your left shoulder more often than not for a couple hours a day. That like since then it's been like a little bit tense. It's gotten I've tried to be a little bit better about it, but yeah. So if you are in the Western Burbs and you know of a very good massage place, so.
Yeah, I'm fatpod@gmail.com.
Shoot a recommendation because I'm looking for one.
Yeah, I would do it. I don't know. I want to. I just need to do it. It's one of those things. This is a year of yes, right? Wasn't that my New Year's resolution? Just go do it.
Yes.
I'm just gonna go do it.
You want to be Jim Carrey this year.
Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. Definitely. You know what else I want to do? I haven't had the chance yet. I want to go to I Love Fries.
Yes.
It's been what, 3 weeks? This is unacceptable.
Yeah, since you said you would go with me and then you didn't.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Well, if you want to go, maybe call Rick and take him, since I won't.
Right. Because Jade's a jerk. I just got to deal with it.
Everyone knows that.
But I Love Fries is delicious.
Yeah, 54 South Villa Avenue in Villa Park. I Love Fries HQ on Instagram. That's where it's at. You get to see all the pictures and understand what Milan and Sonia are working over there. It's fantastic. So Milan sent me some new stuff to talk about. He said one more Friday for the fried chicken and waffle fries. Okay, that's on Fridays, so go do that. The Friday special for February will be sausage and pepper fries. Chicago-made sausage. Chicago-made sausage, peppers, onions, cooked together in a skillet and served on some fries. This is a meal made for the depths of winter. The first day of their sausage and pepper fries will be Friday, February 4th, and every Friday of February. So, to recap, the chicken and waffle fries are through January on Fridays. Then in February starts the sausage and pepper fries. Also, reminder, Valentine's Day, free fries at I Love Fries. Show up, they'll give you fries. In March, they're going to have Irish curry fries all month. So, yeah. There's all sorts of cool stuff coming as they go as well. So, go check them out. I Love Fries HQ on Instagram, 54 South Villa Avenue in Villa Park. Those sausage and pepper fries, Rick, that might just knock me off the poutine fries track. That sounds unreal.
It might knock you off your feet.
Yes. Oh my God, that sounds good.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I need to get there.
That sounds wonderful. You told me about something that you had this week that also sounds wonderful.
Well,
Krispy Kreme minis.
I didn't have them. I saw them.
What?
And Addie devoured them.
What?
So here's the weirdest tradition.
When'd you drop her off at the fire department?
I know. Here's the weirdest tradition ever. We go to Krispy Kreme on Martin Luther King Day. There's no reason for it. When we went for the first time, it so happened to be Martin Luther King Day. And Addie decided that this is our new tradition. So she's like, it's Martin Luther King Day. You got to take me to Krispy Kreme. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let me do that. So I got my cream filled again, which was fantastic. Did not have the giant blob of frosting in the middle, like I said last time.
Yeah.
It was simply cream filled. But she got the mini. So there was a peanut butter one. I know. There was a Oreo one.
Okay.
And then there were I think one was birthday cake. And there was another more standard with chocolate on it. But they're small, but they're very fancy. They have dollops of frosting on them and stuff.
Yeah.
She said they were all amazing. She would not share them. Because I was just sort of thinking I just kind of want the basic. Because I think the basic Krispy Kreme is pretty perfect.
Yes.
I'll stray and get the chocolate iced or or sometimes the cream filled. And I'm I don't need all the stuff on these minis, but I'm going to go back because they looked really good. And we got those and 2 donuts and it was $7.
Okay.
By the way, maybe we've done this before. Stop me if we have. But pound for pound for chain restaurants.
Yeah.
Is anyone better at what they do than Krispy Kreme? That's their specialty.
Probably not.
I honestly, are Krispy Kreme the best donuts? Really think about this question. If you're putting all factors aside,
if we're saying big boy chains,
yeah,
okay, then
well, even look, I would take that over a Do-Right or a Stan's too.
Ooh, that's tough.
I don't know, man.
That's close.
I think they are so perfect, and if you take away the health element of it, and you're if you just had to have one for the rest of your life.
That might be it. Yeah, that might be it. I might go do right, and not stands, but I might go do right. But still, like, yeah, especially if we're talking like big boy chains, like, yeah, Krispy Kreme is so good at what they do. And for me, like you mentioned, when I go there, I don't stray from the original. Like, not like the other ones are bad by any stretch of the imagination, but just give me like a dozen of the original, and that might be enough for a meal. Yeah.
Right. What I love about them is you take a bite and they almost like melt in your mouth.
Yep.
You know what else does that? And it's similar, like cotton candy is similar in that way.
Yeah, I'm not as big on cotton candy though.
Oh, I'm an adult now, so I shouldn't be, but I still love cotton candy. I have not had like cotton candy proper in probably 30 years, but if I see like a cotton candy flavored something,
you're going to eat it.
Like the Dum Dums, I went to like a penny candy store and filled a bag of cotton candy Dum Dums. And cotton candy Bubblicious.
Oh yeah.
If you like cotton candy, it's the taste of cotton candy.
Right. It tastes like a trip to the dentist.
And the other thing, and I don't know, I've told you about these and I've mentioned these, but I don't know if you've had them yet. Cotton candy grapes. I don't know how they do it.
I still have not.
I don't know how they do it, but if you ever see these in your grocery store, getting cotton candy grapes, you are not going to believe it. They taste like cold cotton candy. It is amazing. And they're healthy because they're grapes.
Right.
Seriously. Like, eat the entire thing in one day and you're fine. Cotton candy grapes are fantastic. So if you've seen
grapes, better to eat in mass quantities than 30-something rolls of sushi.
Yes. For 30 grapes, better than 30 sushi rolls.
Yes.
For your health. Oh my God. That is crazy. I'm still trying to, feel that.
Yeah.
Because that's a ton of, like, I would imagine she's eating a lot of, like, the rice. Well, they're all rice-based.
Right.
But think about all the rice you're eating.
That's a ton of rice.
God. I would die.
Remind me when we're done, because I'm sure we don't want to do the extra production of putting in, like, a screen and, like, elevator music or something. I have a definitely not for the podcast story.
Well, I mean, you can't tell it on the podcast at all. I told everyone in the world that my wife had her period last week.
No, this is the terminology that's used. I should not.
Okay, fine.
So
I will.
Sorry.
I will push you no further or farther, whatever the correct word is.
It's really just like
But by the way, hope when I'm like, she might hear that, and then
but if anybody watched, another reason to watch the YouTube is the fear that kind of hit Jay's eyes when he realized how he tried to maneuver his way around that and completely failed.
Yeah, I'm like, how can I say this gently? There's a period of time. I already blew it. It
was like a Family Guy bit.
Yes.
It really was.
So she listened, and she's like, "Oh, I heard the podcast." I'm like, and she was like, she had some random thought about something else. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, that was your takeaway?" She's like, "I don't care about the other thing." I'm like, "That's why I married you."
Yep.
Other reasons too, but primarily that she's the kind of person that would not get mad about something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's all about self-preservation.
Yes. There's a constant self-preservation. All right, we're getting long here. We should get to we got a lot of emails today, so let's get to our Ask a Fat question, shall we?
Let's do it.
Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It's been 1 week since my last confession.
Okay, my son. What is your confession?
I'm fat.
The Ask a Fat segment is brought to you by our buddy Charlie the Bacon Guy. Here he is with his weekly bacon report.
Thanks, Jay. This week we have maple pepper, rosemary pepper garlic, red wine, and cherry Dr. Pepper bacon. For bacon jams, we have the original, the bourbon, the red wine bacon jam, and the cherry Dr. Pepper bacon jam. As always, we have the t-shirts, hockey jerseys, stickers, and winter hats. And don't forget to place your pre-orders for next month, February. Bacon flavors will be the raspberry chipotle and the honey barbecue. Keep an eye out for some posts about that, and we'll talk to y'all later. Have a great week. For the Bacon Report, I'm Charlie the Bacon Guy.
Oh, man. I'm so pissed I burned. I'm still mad about that.
Yeah,
I'm still
that's
upset.
not great.
I'm still upset with myself. Anyway, get yourself some Charlie the Bacon Guy bacon. CharlieTheBaconGuy@gmail.com. Charlie the Bacon Guy on Instagram and at CZ the Bacon Guy on Twitter. Slide into his DMs, email him. Here's the deal. He lives in Woodridge. He makes all this bacon himself. If you live in the Western Burbs, he'll deliver. If you want to meet somewhere in the middle that's reasonable, he'll do that. Otherwise, shipping is a flat rate of $15. So, like we say every week, double up, triple up that order, get a group together, and take advantage of that flat shipping rate. You don't want to pay for 2 pounds of bacon and pay $15 to ship it. Get 6 pounds, get 8 pounds. It freezes up beautifully. The stuff I used for the party had been in my freezer for probably 2 months and thawed out beautifully, and it tasted like it would just came out of the smoker that day. So never fear, everything's vacuum sealed. It's not going to get freezer burn on it. So get some. It's great. I think we've convinced people by now. When Charlie sold 200 pounds of bacon in December,
Yes.
People love it. It is high in demand, so jump on it, get it. And next month, raspberry chipotle and honey barbecue?
Honey barbecue.
Yes.
Oh my God.
We'll be doing that. And I cannot wait for will you be my bacon mule again this week?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. I need some of that cherry Dr. Pepper. I have to try that. I have to. I will literally die if I don't.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to the voicemails. If you want to leave us a phone number, what? If you want to leave us a voice message, once a week, man, I'm good for some idiocy. The fat phone.
If you'd like to, ASL.
Yeah. The fat
Bring
phone.
it back to the 90s.
708-858-3314. 708-858-3314.
Hey there, Fats. It's Blake from Oak Park. I was catching up on an old episode, and you guys were talking about fat head coaches. I don't think he's a candidate. At least I hope he's not. But you guys checked out the video of Bob Wiley coaching the Browns offensive line. His gut jiggling up and down is absolutely hilarious. Definitely check it out. Made me chuckle. Thought you guys would get a good laugh out of it. Thanks. Keep up the great work. Adios.
Bob Wiley, that is the greatest. And
like the second hut, like the hut, and it's on that second hut that the gut just goes.
It just bounces up.
Yeah.
Like it's not even a jiggle though. It's like
it's a defined movement.
The entire encasement of his gut lifts up as if he's a Pez dispenser.
Right.
Right? It's like
there's so little movement like outside of the entirety. It's almost like he got a stomach implant.
Yes. So there's a certain point in older men, and I remember my buddy's dad had he had a big gut, but it might as well have been made of steel. Like it wasn't even fat. It was just like a part of his body now. And look, Bob Wiley is a fat guy. Like he's got the walrus mustache. He's fully in on it. He's in on the bit, I promise you. But the way his gut moves, and hopefully Micah can find, I'm going to send him a video. Maybe he can patch it in here.
Because I was on oh my God, Hard Knocks.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just remember you and me seeing that for the first time.
We were dead.
I really think we were doing the silent laugh where nothing comes out for a good 30, 45 seconds on that.
Yes.
And
we were.
We were getting looks from the other room like, these two are supposed to be producing the show, and they're on the floor laughing.
Right. Yeah. Most of the time we can hide the fact that we're not paying attention to the show we were producing, but that was a day where we just couldn't hide it.
Yeah. By the way, Bob Wiley, also the name of Bill Murray's character in What About Bob? You seen that movie?
Yeah. I haven't, but
it's good, and it holds up. We watched it the other day with Addie. Actually, watched it, and it holds up surprisingly well.
Okay,
it is Richard Dreyfuss. It is most Richard Dreyfussy.
Ooh. Okay, that's actually a great description because you know exactly what that is.
Yes, exactly. All right, that was our only voicemail. So let's get to the emails here.
Ask a fat about this and that. It's time to chat with the fats.
Frato's Pizza, Frato's Bakery, 628 South Roselle Road in Schaumburg. Go to FratosPizza.com. Go to FratosBakery.com. Go get an I'm Fat burger. Go get a slice or an entire I'm Fat pizza. Go get the I'm Fat grilled cheese. Everything at Frato's is so, so good. I know I say the same thing every week, but really, there's nothing more to say. Just go. And you will learn how wonderful it is, just like our first emailer here, Anchovy Olive Bob. He says, Jay and Rick, I'm a proud fat and a loyal I'm Fat Pod listener. Yesterday, my wife and I celebrated our 33rd wedding anniversary.
Congrats.
My I'm Fat Pod fandom paid off big time in helping me figure out how to celebrate this year. Under normal, non-COVID circumstances, we would definitely go out for a fancy meal at a top restaurant. Given current COVID conditions, we did not want to sit in a restaurant for 2 or 3 hours, so I decided to bring my bride on a surprise I'm Fat Pod grub crawl.
That's a great idea.
It is awesome that we are impacting people like this.
Seriously.
I love it. I would take her to 3 I'm Fat Pod hotspots for one of their specialties we would eat in our car in the parking lot. She didn't know where we were going. We started our crawl at Frato's and their incredible mozzarella sticks. They are giant.
Yes.
It was a perfect starter. Then we went to Villa Park, which meant I love fries. We ordered Rick's special butter garlic fries with chicken and the classic cheese fries. Wow, you guys have not overhyped either place. Although we were pretty full, we had to pass through Lombard on our way home. So when I finished a crawl at Nacho Rita with pizza box nachos, we had a blast. Every stop was great. The I'm Fat Pod Google map is the Magna Carta of fatdom. It was super helpful in my planning. Thanks, boys, for everything, and especially for all the laughs. Fatfully yours, Anchovy Olive Bob. That's great, Bob. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed Frato's, and I love fries especially. And that I'm Fat map, that's in our social media bios. So check out our link tree in our social media, and you'll find the I'm Fat map. If we talk about it, it's on the map.
Yes. Like that's so cool.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, and also just a great idea.
Truly. And that's a good, like, he got a lot of food that day. Because
yeah,
I think much like the average entree from I Love Fries, I don't think I could finish the pizza box nachos when I went.
Yeah, that's significant.
That's a ton of food.
Yeah. So props to Bob, because that's fantastic. Also, not a phrase that I use very often, and I speak to a lot of Bobs.
Props to Bob. Yeah. Good thinking, Bob, said no one ever.
Yes. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Thank you, Bob. Thanks for doing that. And thanks for being loyal, and thanks for listening, and mostly for supporting our sponsors, because that's, if we don't have them, well, you know.
And and especially if there are other listeners who know their significant other does not listen, they can steal the idea.
That's right.
This one is from Matt. Hey, Jay and Rick, as I lay here with the sweet, sweet sounds of my CPAP machine lullabying me to sleep, I thought of a possible segment for the show. You guys seem to have plenty of content, but if you ever have a lighter episode, maybe a segment called Fat of the Matter, where you just give some fun fat facts like the fattest person in history or eating accomplishments. Just a thought.
I like it.
Yes. Secondly, is there one fat you are afraid to lose to a successful diet, besides Jay, of course? Mine would be Andy Reid. Right now, he is the fat king, and if we lost him to the normies, it would be a devastating blow in the success of fats worldwide. Keep up the good work and stay fatulous. Not flatulous.
I'm not worried about Andy Reid.
No, I am not either. It would be a significant loss if it happened, but I feel pretty safe about that one.
Yeah, he is all in. He leans in. He doesn't pretend like he's upset about it. Right. Every reference, anytime he pulls an analogy, it's about food. So no, I have no fears of losing Andy Reid. Is there a fat? What's funny is I was looking at a lot of pictures of Meatloaf.
Yeah,
the guy who died, and not nearly as fat as people make him out to be. In Fight Club he was, but that was the character.
Yes. Yeah, that was part of the thing for it. I thought I saw something that said Craig Robinson has lost 50 pounds.
Really? Okay.
Which is unfortunate.
I love every character he plays. I love. Eddie's really into Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and he plays Doug Judy on that show. And I was watching these outtakes from Eastbound and Down, where Will Ferrell's doing the guy that looks like Ric Flair. I can't think of the character name.
Yes.
Where he's like, I feel it in my plums. And he just cannot hold it together as they're trying to film the scene. And he was great in Pineapple Express too.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
And obviously, yeah.
The Office.
All that stuff.
Yeah. Wait, did I confuse people? You said Craig Robinson, right?
Yeah.
Okay. For some reason, I'm like, did Rick say Anthony Anderson and I'm mixing up my overweight black actors?
No, you're good.
Okay. You probably heard me, like, as I was going, like, wait a minute. Did he say Anthony Anderson and I heard it as Craig Robinson? Okay.
Yeah,
good.
no, you're good.
Great.
Yeah, I think we kind of lost Anthony Anderson a little while ago. He used to be significantly bigger than he is now.
By the way, his story about playing dominoes with Michael Jordan.
Oh, so good.
Find it. It's great.
It's amazing.
And he tells it so well.
Yes, he does.
It's just an awesome story. All right. I got all the long ones today. I hate you. This one's from Jake.
To be fair, usually I start, but you just rolled right into the first one. So
you know what? You've been taking the long ones lately, so I'll do it this week. And you can hear me reading slower.
King of phrasing, Jay Zawaski.
Yes. Congrats on taking a big one. All right. Here's Jake from Normal. He says, hello, boys. Currently listening to the podcast and noticed the suit question for Rick. I'm a rounder fellow, 5'8", and around your ages. This past summer, I had 4 weddings since a lot were postponed due to COVID, and my old suit didn't fit. I went to the Men's Warehouse and asked what works for me. I know nothing of fashion. They suggested a navy suit with a pink undershirt. I went with this look, and it worked. The navy suit can be paired with other dress shirts for different occasions, but I think the pink shirt says I'm not boring, I'm fun, and who doesn't love a fun, fat guy? Especially if you're a single guy, Rick, giving off a good, fun, approachable vibe is great. If you go with this or not, I suggest getting a fitted suit and not something off the rack. Love the pod, guys. That's Jake from Normal. So there's some advice for you.
Okay.
You going to go pink?
No. Probably not.
I knew that was a non-starter for you.
I mean, honestly, I think it's interesting because when I think fat guy wearing pink in general,
yeah,
I think your favorite thing, cotton candy. That's what I end up thinking more than anything else. So, well, and so part of the impetus of getting the suit is our guy Connor McKnight's wedding kind of got to be black. So I'm going with a black suit, which is perfectly fine. Like that's cool with me. So it's just how to pair the black suit.
Are you going today?
That's my question. Probably.
Fight your urges for baggy. I'm telling you.
Okay.
I know it's hard. I put on my old suit and I'm very much on the fence. Like, am I going to buy a new suit for Connor's wedding? But like the crotch of the suit is like halfway down my thigh.
Does the crotch hang low? Does it level to and fro? Okay.
It just doesn't look good.
Yeah.
But I'm also like not really in the financial position to go buy a new suit. I don't know. I got to think about it. But I think I just want to get a suit that I look better in.
Yeah. Yeah. See, like I barely even have a suit, period. So like for me, it's like, yeah, I just have to do it. I just have to, pull the trigger and finally get the damn thing done.
Yeah. I think I told you off the podcast that Men's Warehouse has some decent prices for full suits.
Okay.
And then they'll help you put it all together. So
yeah, I'll definitely need help with that.
Yeah. And they've got tailors on site. So you'll be good to go. All right. Yeah.
So is it, and this is probably a really dumb question, do you just take one off of the rack and then just have them fit it for you? Or do you just say, I don't want something standard off the rack?
They will help you. Give them your price range.
Yeah.
And they'll, when you walk in, someone will come to you immediately. That's my experience there. But that's what you want on this visit, right? Like you're not just, you want someone's assistance.
It's not like a car dealership that's not Mazda of Orland Park or something.
Right. I mean, let's be honest, they're not sponsors. So if you typically go to a Men's Warehouse to browse, they will bother you.
Oh yeah.
Like they're on you all the time. But in this particular instance, that's what you want.
Yes.
You need someone to help you, like, start to finish, get this thing done. And just say, I want it to be something versatile. I want it to be something I can wear to weddings and funerals and whatever, because this will be the suit.
The suit.
So
to match. By the way, last 2 weeks for my appearances, I wore the same polo.
The polo.
Yes. I have a new the polo though.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I can't wear polos. They make my boobs look huge.
Yeah, that's another thing is like golf polos, love how light they are,
Yeah.
but man, they show off man boobs.
And I have perpetual hard nipples.
Yeah.
Just
Jay Aniston.
constant. That's me. That's what they call me.
Jay Aniston.
Jay Aniston with my big old
All right, we got one
flopping boobies.
One more email. One more email. Here it is, not hers. All right. This is Gabe. Hello. Well, I'm Rick, but this is me reading Gabe's email.
Yes.
This is Gabe. Hello, Jane. Rick, got a question for Ask a Fat. What is a term for when one fat is trying to cut into your food situation? There was a lady at work who made a comment about how we get food at the same time. Who made a comment about how we got food at the same time, there we go, that they were leaving, eyeing up our work lunch like there was no tomorrow. Any good term for this? One I came up with is fatorial.
Fatorial. Like territorial.
Yes. Reading's a skill.
I kind of like that term. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very, leave me alone when I'm eating. Don't bother me. If I didn't ask you to come to lunch with me, stay away.
Right.
That's how I look at it. Just close if you have an office, shut the door.
Yeah.
That's what I do for lunch. Leave me alone.
Hi, I'm Jay Zawaski, and I hate people.
I don't know. I just don't think people want to watch me
I'm
eat.
with you. Yeah.
I'm very self-conscious because we did a taste test once, and someone commented like, "I hate the way you eat, Jay." I'm like,
really?
Because I guess like it was an Oreo or something.
Okay.
And it looked like I put like my fingers in my mouth, but I think it looked that way because my beard was
angle.
well. I think my beard was longer at that point.
Okay.
So like my fingers went under my mustache.
So it broke the threshold of the perceived.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now I'm like, I must be unattractive. Well, I'm unattractive generally, but just an unattractive eater is no one like Dan Bernstein though, who just eats like a literal caveman.
Seriously, like it's
troubling.
It's unsettling.
Yeah.
To watch him eat.
It's a lot. It's a lot to take in.
Yeah. And he does that within like 2 seconds, and then somehow like spits out a bone of like this chicken, and it's like, what just happened here?
Yeah, it's gross. Not a fan. Not a fan. All right, well, that's all I got, man.
Dan in general, or him eating?
That'll do it for this episode of the I'm Fat podcast. No, I like Dan. Everybody knows I like Dan. We like to joke.
Yeah.
And he doesn't care. He can take all the jokes. So
yes,
anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Rick, drive this home.
Into the ground?
Yeah, something.
I'm already doing a great job of it. All right.
Oh, by the way.
Huh.
Just be warned, Monday is my first ice skating lesson. So this might be my last episode. If I die, I die. You know what happened.
Okay. I am going to talk to Hope.
Oh, God.
We are going to get a video.
No, we're not.
No, we're not?
No, absolutely not.
Then I'll talk to Addie and we'll get a video. Or I will talk to the rink and we will get a video.
Okay.
Either way, I want a video.
No.
No,
it's so bad.
I've made that request before and gotten the same response from others. So, Anywho, follow us on all of our social media accounts at I'mFatPod, I'mFatPod@gmail.com. Check out the Patreon, TeePublic. There's a sale. If there's not one right now, there probably will be in like 12 hours or something. It feels like there's always a sale. Subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, unsubscribe, and resubscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcast platform. Rate, review, all that stuff helps us out greatly. Subscribe to the old YouTube so you can see all of our odd faces and feel better about yours when, you look at us. Because really, that's what we're here for.
Yep.
So, for Jay, actually, well, no. You also got to check out our sponsors. I can't forget the sponsors.
No.
Can't be a jerk that way.
Come on.
Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, I Love Fries, Frato's Culinary Kitchen, all fantastic. Partake in all. He's Jay, I'm Rick, and this is the I'm Fat Podcast.